Welcome, divine children. I hope everyone is feeling the expansion. There is beautiful energies coming in from the Christ consciousness, Christ Sophia frequencies, and also the energy of the Sophia. Lots of divine feminine mother energy. So I'm just going to tune in and just bring in a transmission for everyone. So I have just a few transmissions that came in as I was preparing for preparing for bed. So I decided to come on and to be able to share. I wanted to open up into a beautiful space. Welcome to our Golden Diamond Age Tea Time. This is going to be an Ascension Journey high energy update, new harmonic Cathar frequencies that are coming in, all Christ consciousness and crystalline diamond energy matrix. It's crystalline silver and crystalline golden light. I'm going to call in the highest councils to come into this divine energetic space. What I see transitioning is with the Christ consciousness frequencies and the new initiations that are new initiation cycles that are heading into the new blueprint, the new universe, the next dimensional grid system a lot of us are shifting to. So there is a lot of divine feminine repair, divine masculine repair, and also Christ consciousness frequency of the Christed child. I'm not going to say repair, but a new blueprint that's coming in. I'm going to definitely, as you can tell, I have the Phoenix in the background. So a lot of you guys are going to be shifting, transitioning to Phoenix cycles. The Christ consciousness frequency is new diamond plasma, liquid light, golden diamond age frequencies, very high frequencies, Sophia frequencies. I had one of my new higher selves coming in that I'm having more of a full embodiment with is Akhenaten coming in very strongly before I was able to open up into this blueprint that I'm bringing to all of you guys. I was laying in the vortex, and as I was laying in the vortex, I could see Akhenaten right over me in a crystalline crystallized statue, and said sovereignty. And he says this is the initiation that you have to cleanse and to clear and to fully restore your sovereignty inner grids. And as we know, everything is for the collective consciousness within this physical vessel. This vessel is a vessel for the multiverse, not just for I, okay, or me. So everyone with the sovereignty, new initiations and blueprints is going to be Phoenix cycles, transitioning through, looking deep within to be able to see where you're giving your power away. And the Sophia will be able to come in for that one. To assist you. Now, the divine feminine energies is pink and silver and gold. And it's absolutely radiant, diamond, liquid light energies, liquid plasma, Christed star consciousness, and then the Cathars. I could feel the Cathars coming in into the frequencies with the music and the plasma frequencies, the music and the notes and the orchestra. So it sounds like an orchestra when the Cathars start hitting the physical vessel, and a full merging into the physical vessel. Some of you guys do know what the Cathars are, and some of you might not know what the Cathars are. And that's going to be the universal female energies, the universal mother energies, and the divine feminine. So my body started to fill up with the Cathar frequencies, and here we are. Okay. I'm always having beautiful experiences, and you can call it the higher realms, but we exist in the higher realms here. So the Cathar frequencies are pastel palettes and sounds like music and orchestras and beautiful notes, frequencies of rainbow transmissions that will penetrate your body, the full body, which is the higher harmonics, and you'll be able to hear your diamond crystalline liquid light plasma frequencies, tuning and toning, and you will hear charms and frequencies of high ringing for some, or more sonic frequencies, sonic beautiful waves of sonic energies. The Cathars is a little bit different. For me, it's more like a crystal palette, and a crystal Cathar palette that's playing orchestra and conductor sounds in the actual super quantum computer system, which is your Ascension vehicle. So as it came through, and as I was laying there, I had a beautiful experience of communication with one of the Christ consciousness leaders for the Golden Diamond Age, the transition for the next, I'm going to say, few aeons, actually, us restoring our templates. Hello. Yes. Restoring our divine templates and more some. So new templates, divine templates, galactic divine templates, and way and beyond. So multiverse, and there's really no words for where we're at this point. There's no words and frequencies, only in universal language. So the Cathars look like pastel palettes, and you can sing them like you can sing the Song of Spheres. When you fully bring in your Ascension vehicle and you have your Ascension vehicle, you will see spheres of light, and you can play the Song of Spheres. Once you repair your DNA, you return back to what you call the original blueprint, or the Christic blueprint, or the angelic human blueprint. So I've been able to open up for about 3 years, and I can see the spheres of light, and I see them in front of me, and I can play them through what we call the language of light, star language or angelic language. But it's the music. You can play the music of the Cathars, and you can play the music of the Song of Spheres. So the spheres to me could be more masculine energy, or the universal male and female, completely embodied. Fully. So the higher harmonic frequencies that are penetrating through, and that's all that I see, is the Cathars coming in, and I can hear the music. And then also we have the Ki Rasha, which the Ki Rasha frequencies, because of the shift, and we're going through a new universal shift, the Ki Rasha frequencies is what we know it, which is the yellow pale. So those of you that do know what the Ki Rasha frequencies are, this is going to be the primal light fields. Primal light fields of source, but I call them the primordial light fields of source. And it's a pale yellow and a turquoise and a pink frequency. And that's what I see penetrating, but those frequencies are shifting to a new intelligence, a new higher harmonic intelligence. And I will be able to tune into that just in the future timelines. It's more metallic frequencies is what I'm seeing. And it's shifting and it's changing. I'll also can see as we elevate, and I'm not going to say the higher realms, but we're going to have to say that just for today, as we're able to shift into dimensional pods, and we're all shifting into dimensional pods. It's a universal diamond plasma liquid light grid pod that is in the higher harmonic universes that we're shifting to. So it's very beautiful metallic and golden liquid light frequencies, and pink metallic liquid light frequencies, and it's all diamond frequencies and diamond beings, beautiful energy. The Sophia is penetrating through the earth grids today. So we're going to be connecting to our Divine Mother frequencies. And this will be for everyone right now that is experiencing repairing the mother line, also repairing the divine feminine. And what is that? So there's so much repair, and the repair is releasing unconscious programming and pure unconditional love. So the repairing can be all different types of frequencies. Lower frequency bandwidths is when I tune into it, but it really has to do with what I see is unconscious programming. And you could say it's dark programming or Luciferian programming that's coming out. And that's what they call it here on the planet. So hopefully you don't buy into the illusion of that word and frequency, okay? And that's just going to be anger and hatred and mentalities that are just pure unconscious, disrespect, dishonor, and it really is all within inside of our body. So it's within inside of you. It's not speaking externally out there. Okay. So it's what's in the body, which is being repaired right now. And these beautiful experiences with the God realm. So we are shifting to a higher frequency realm that is straight above the crown. And I'm just going to speak about it, and then I'm going to bring the transmission in, because most likely the photonic light transmission of the Christ consciousness energies and the Christ consciousness divine energies will speak in a different tone as it spoke through crystal light technology. Okay, and that's what it is. It's crystalline light. Language of light is the universal language of your soul, but it's the crystalline language. It's the vibrational frequency of where we're moving back to, and then we upgrade. So I'm going to just share a few more things, and then we're going to go into transmission. The Phoenix cycle is also the penetration of the Christ consciousness and Christ frequencies of pure source consciousness of the solar raw Sophia grid, which I call it the Sophia raw consciousness, which is the full embodiment of the all. And the all is the multiverse oneness. And that's what it is. So all of you guys can see where you're separated inward, and that's what you're looking at. So where you're separated inward is where you will walk a path of giving your power away or allowing others to take energy from you. A lot of shifting in the planetary alignments. So lots of communication. People think there's a lot of maybe confusion in communication, and that's really not what it is. Okay, so you have to understand that there's high planetary alignments. No matter what you see externally out there, it's just an illusion, and it really is just it's an illusion. You'll realize this. You tune into the waves that are coming in from the higher planetary alignments and the shifts. The winter solstice is completion. So soul contracts are in completion, which means you have new higher contracts coming in, new initiations, sovereignty and pure love and Christ consciousness and pure consciousness, and the Sophia raw consciousness is pure consciousness, pure crystalline consciousness. And a lot of people's like, what is consciousness? Elevation of consciousness. It's energy and vibration, and recognizing that we are source light, and to remember that you are crystalline source light, that you are energy and vibration, that nothing is solid, that there is no physical, that it's a holographic reality, and it's and to remove the veils of tangible realities. And this is all that you see in front of you. Well, that's because that's your illusion within inside of you that you allow yourself to be in. Okay, and we all go through this. So the past few weeks, I'm going to have to say, really is that massive shift in consciousness that has to happen for all of us to remember that we are the multiverse of the one, which is the Sophia consciousness full embodiment templates that are penetrating through the earth system, and that I'll be able to bring forth in 2025 with sacred retreats and traveling. And that will be in 2025. So it takes time to upgrade the physical body. So if you see templates coming in, hold back and really look and see if you really can see your illusions of your external realities and the penetration of that darker energy that is just spewing out of your body for this awesome Phoenix cycle. And it's a beautiful Phoenix cycle, and also honoring them too as well. Okay. So you want to be able to connect and to see that it's a massive Phoenix cycle and a few of them every nanosecond. The past 6 months in 2022, I have to say, no, 2021, 2021, I was having Phoenix cycles and contractions probably about every 4 hours. It was an awesome experience when you're in a blissful state of consciousness, because you can laugh with your higher self the whole time as you're dying. and you are going into these places of sheer fear and anxiety and laughing so hard because you are in the biggest maze in your head, but you're having the blast of your life with your family, and your family is your higher versions of you. So that's where you really start activating the crystalline consciousness and the crystalline DMT consciousness in the physical brain centers in the whole body, actually. It's not, yeah. So when you connect to the mystery schools of Akhenaten, I hope I say his frequency right, but I actually speak to him in our language. I do translate his languages, but that's between me and him. So I'm going to say what they call you here. As he stands in front of me. So, and he's just pure gold, actually. So he's quite hilarious. But the DMT is the only words that we have in the consciousness of what we remember, and that's all it is what we remember. So those frequencies are within the physical body. So the crystal consciousness is just a pure ecstasy of orgasmic blissful states of consciousness. So you can roll through your phoenix cycles very easily as you are joking and laughing with your family. When you actually start to see the crystalline energy matrix, you see your higher selves, you can actually see the holographic reality. You see the being standing in front of you, and you're just completely high on life, but going down these really big ego deaths. So like every 5 minutes. Now, the one that's happening right now is pretty rocky for a lot of people. Okay, so this one is seems like you will shift out of blissful states of consciousness in order for you to pull up that deep-rooted program, and that's from some I maintain in that elevated consciousness majority of the time. Majority of the time I do. I can hold it for about a month, and it's laughing and playing, and it's bliss. So the heart is fully open. So this month has been definitely masteries of keeping the heart open. And what does that even mean, right? So going back to the basics really is what everyone will be doing again. Energetically resolving with inside you, which is very important, and really having to look. So the looking is that soul contracts are in completion very fast, and they will come in at a fast rate, and it could be a few days, it could be a few weeks, it could be a few years, and they're in completion. So new energy is important. Now let's look at the Phoenix system just for a minute. What is the Phoenix system? The Phoenix system actually looks like this picture behind me. I brought in the Phoenix system. Well, I'm going to have to say it. I brought in the Phoenix system with one of my most beautiful sacred master teachers that I have pure honor for in itself. But what I realized is that all of them came in, and the Andarians came in, and the Andarians came into the frequency field, if that makes sense. And all these new templates started penetrating through the vessel, the grid, the collective grid within the physical body. So that would be our physical body. I'm going to say our because I have multidimensionals, many of them. So all of my multidimensionals are going to be upgraded with the Phoenix system. Now, this Phoenix system is very connected to the Christ consciousness, Sophia energy, and you can say Sophia energy, but it's all Christ consciousness, pure frequency, and it really looks like this. So it was it took me about a few years to fully upgrade to this system. It's lots of fiery hot, and it's absolutely beautiful, but you are rising and clearing as fast as you are rising, if that makes any sense. So that's really what's happening right now, is that everyone has to go completely inward or drop into the bandwidths in order for you to pull everything up to the surface. So the Christ consciousness energy that is penetrating is going to make you feel like that you're losing your mind, which is good, because you're breaking out of your mazes. You will feel lots of energies of hatred and anger, and that's Orion energy. That's going to be that's actually the higher, it is a higher frequency, actually, penetration, cleansing and clearing for Orion, and also a few other galactic wars. It feels like we're right back there again, which is funny. Cleansing and clearing for Atlantis again, and that's just for collectives, somewhat, but it really is everything coming up to the surface, and it doesn't really matter how it happens because it's a trigger system. So if you guys want to go talk to anybody, you most likely probably want to go talk to your higher selves for a while and ask them what's going on. Because if you're experiencing so many triggers, okay, it's because you haven't expanded with photonic light frequencies and Christ consciousness. It's almost it's kind of getting straight to the point. You haven't opened your heart enough in order to expand the heart grid enough. So what you're experiencing is your higher self, and it is your higher self. Just want you to know that your higher self is setting up all of these blueprints to trigger you. So to trigger you, to bust open your heart grid. I've went through this for 8 years. Big boomerangs, bust open your heart. You're crying for 5 days, 2 weeks, losing your mind, which is good because you're having breakthroughs, but it's for you to break the energy down. So the past 3 weeks has been breaking energy down. And the cool thing about the Phoenix system, the Phoenix system is a super quantum computer system. It's gamma frequency for a few templates, I'm going to say, for amount of templates it is, and then it goes full pearl plasma, which is really cool. Full pearl liquid plasma, which is all the higher chakras activating. So it really is really cool if you just sit back and have a lot of sage with you. I'm going to say lots of sage and tuning bowls and kumbaya frequencies for a long time. Listening to the green Terra has been able to assist me to be able to kind of go back into the heart center. Now it holds a purpose. Now the triggers hold a purpose. I always tell people, if this is what you continue seeing, you have to go inward and to sit and direct to the highest version of you, which is the universal soul, and start asking questions. You will receive. So when I go out today, and I'll tell you again because I share this all the time, when I go out driving, it's my best experience. You can go out walking and it's still your best experience because the universe will leave you notes on the ground. So the universe will. No matter where you are, if you're in a desert or if you're in a high mountain, you'll find something from the universe spelling something out for you, and you have to look and open up your eyes because it could be written on a tree, and you have to open to see it. So when we get into the car, we're like, universe, start showing us everything. And I got phobias today and charge. Charge, and the word charge and phobias. So I started cracking up laughing because they were so vivid on license plate. They were written on license plate. And then I saw he, she, which I thought that was cool because that's the union. And I started laughing. I said, oh, okay, so we're obviously in the universal male and female templates again, which is Christ consciousness frequencies. And I'll go in just to a little bit about that, and then we're going to go into our activation. That's Christ consciousness frequency. So when I saw he, she, I said, okay, so this is the Hermes and Aphrodite's template, which is the divine sacred union, and that could be the Yeshua and Mary Magdalene. It also could be the mother and father, however it is that you perceive. Okay. And I also knew, I said, okay, so then the Hermes and Aphrodite system is called the original template, and it's the Hermaphrodite template, or the Hieros Gamos template. So that right there is a rock and a roll in itself. So it's really awesome. Now it will be for everything that has to come in, is that it really is a clear communication through the universal soul saying, okay, so these contracts are completed and everything is a clear and sweep. Because when you start going through new initiations, and that's where the human likes to hold on to attachments, and that soul agreements, and it's people, places, and things, okay, are meant only to last, especially when you're shifting from one dimension, the fourth dimension, into the higher dimensions, and the 5D into the 12D. They're not supposed to be, your soul agreements could be nanoseconds. They could last a day, 3 days to 6 months, or 1 year. The reason is because of the recollaboration and also the ego coming in. Once the ego comes in, it won't be allowed in. So it's actually very true. As you're navigating to the higher dimensions and you're shifting from one dimension to the next, you will see that everything holds a purpose, and that's where the oneness comes in. But once you start to see ego systems, that's where you have to learn how to clear with inside of you. So it's really simple. It's just kind of just like speaking words. I always say, I just take full responsibility and accountability to everything that I do see, no matter what, because the human self likes to go into the tangible realities and all the fixed belief systems. And then the next minute, you're in some, some crazy conflict or whatever it is, your internal battle, which holds a purpose. And that's the Armageddon. So a lot of people are right back there again. It's actually very hilarious to observe, especially when you're watching it inside of your physical body. And that says shadow matrix dissolving, so it has to dissolve. And that's simple talk. So shadow matrix and merging with the shadow and all that cool stuff. So there's a lot into play right now, and everything is gone. Right? So winter solstice means everything is a completion and a transition to new. So the phoenix cycle, when you go through the cycle and to the soul cycle and you start rising as a phoenix, you would know that you'll have new creations, new initiations, new soul agreements coming in, and new contracts coming in. And those can happen within a nanosecond. So 24 hours, 1 minute, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 2 weeks, and that's it. So they don't hold, you're not supposed to hold attachments to nothing. And right now is nothing. Okay, so we're in a halt, a huge halt, nothing. I'm going to say it's not about making decisions. It's just, you have to see that there should be nothing running right now. There's no timelines at all. Okay. Good morning. Yes. I can see everybody's here. Okay, so there's no timelines running, which means there's nothing in existence. So don't hold on to anything. Nothing is real. Everything's a holographic reality. I would tell anyone just to sleep and to rest and take care of your body. Tune into the body, drink lots of water, pure, clean water, vitamins, nutrition, getting outside, running, walking, moving the energy in your body, learning how to collapse and to clear the Akash by running, exercising, getting into the gym, lifting, and being able to move. Go for a walk if you feel like that you don't feel, because you probably won't feel the urgency to run, right? Okay, but eventually you'll run once you realize the importance of clearing that Akashic energy out of your body. When you start to move your body and you start to run, you actually will feel you're releasing energy, that you're actually clearing energy out of the body. Sauna, steaming, take a bath, a hot bath or a crystal bath. Okay, shower. So there's certain points in time where we don't have a bath, and that could have been a few years. So you have to take a shower. You can get certain remedies. You can get Epsom salt bath, and Epsom salt or sea salt. I would make my own spirit water, and I would clear myself every single day and run it through the chakras or run it through the back, and I'd always clear every one of my high center points. And that was just taught by my God self, which is the God self. I was obviously activated with the God self. very early, actually, prematurely. Prematurely went right to the higher bodies. Um, so kind of cleansing and clearing and really keeping everything cleansed and clear and honoring yourself, taking sacred honor and relaxation, relaxing your body, not so tense. Now if you move your body and you run, you go for walks in nature, you will see that you'll feel better, because there's so much Christ consciousness energy coming in, Christed energy and Christed Sophia energy. You have the Cathars too, and also the crystalline diamond energy grids coming in, phoenix frequencies, phoenix codes, divine feminine, lots of repair right now, because we're about to shift into the highest initiations of your pathways. It's really beautiful. I call it the diamond golden age because that's exactly what we look like. We look like beautiful diamond beautiful rays of light and beauty, and when you see it, that's the only thing you should be caring about. So if you guys can physically see, and that's the next thing. So I wanted to kind of tune into, if you can actually physically see with your eyes after it's upgraded, and you're starting to see the crystal plasma particles that are materializing in front of you, okay? The photonic light crystal plasma particles. Uh, At first, they look purple and amethyst. Now they are gold and white, white platinum, at least in my field, and just millions of them. So it's millions and trillions of diamonds. And if you are actually starting to see this, you want to pull away as fast as possible. And I want to tell you why. But if you're not seeing it and you can hear it, or you know it's there, still pull away. And pull away, you might have to pull away for a few months. I'll tell you why this is important, because that's your new universe. That's your new universe. That is your new grid work. That is, there's different words, grid work templates, blueprints, realities that you're going to start materializing in physical form. So learning how to pull away, and then learn how to program. And that's where you will have the vortexes and the portals open inside of you, where you can start calling forth your co-creations, materializing into physical form. What do you actually want it to look like? So I do know I'm going to Kauai, and I'll be moving to Kauai, but it could take, and it might take a whole year to get there, and that's fine, but I have to pull away to materialize it, and to really work, and to tune into tone, and to orchestra like a conductor, because that's what you are. You're a conductor. You are a conductor relearning something that you have lost memory to, and that's your amnesia. So your amnesia, eventually you'll remember that you have to sit and pull away. And when I say pull away, really pull away. So no electronics and nothing, no social media, really, really, really pull away. Um, you'll have to say no to a lot of people and be okay with that. And if you have cords, you're going to have to really move those cords out. So you will see that you're amplifying your light grid too, in order for you to kind of clear and sweep everything. And that's perfect, because if you are seeing the crystalline diamond matrix or feeling it, that should be the only importance. And that's it. Okay. Especially when you realize that that's your whole universe, that's your reality, that's your super system. And as you're sitting there crystallizing, tuning and toning, and you're the conductor, and you're actually starting to program it, you'll see the bandwidth will start to anchor, and you could call it a full anchor if you want to, but then you're going to see all the beautiful stuff materialize very fast. If I was going to tell you, I would just materialize through pure love consciousness. Keep it simple. And I always say, keep it really simple, because pure love consciousness and Christ is Sophia consciousness, and these are just frequency words. The purest Christ conscious frequencies, and the solar raw frequencies, and the source frequencies, and the God realm frequencies that are penetrating through our bodies right now, it really is the God self frequencies. Godhead, God self, God selves, because eventually you'll realize you have a few God selves up there. And that becomes really hilarious when you start to integrate with all of their DNA. um, you would understand creator, what creator. So then eventually you would want to keep it simple to pure love consciousness, because pure love consciousness and source consciousness is everything that you are in lack about. That is a higher frequency. If you have all this lack energy, because you're going to have lots of lack energy, everybody will have so much lack energy coming in right now. And that is fear energy. So you want to transform that fear energy to pure consciousness. Said, anyways, that was a good completion. So you will tune in tone, and you will see a music and an orchestra and a sound tone and rainbows, and you will hear the music of the Cathars, and you want to play it really loud and pure intent. That's all you do. It's really simple. It's pure consciousness. And pure love consciousness is everything in abundance, prosperity, honor, respect, love. When you start doing this, you have to be okay with your world falling apart. And it's true. When you start to learn how to program your crystals, your diamond grids, you will realize everything will be falling apart around you, because that doesn't serve you anymore. And that's it. So when they say calling back your power, you are. You're in your full power, because you go, oh my goodness, that's what collapses are. It's actually beautiful if you realize it. Your human self is going to be probably going through many phoenix cycles all at the same time, because it's showing you this will go, but it's in your bandwidths. So it's in the vibrational frequencies of your energy field. And then it just goes up, and out. Eventually it'll move out eventually. So you could be there for about a few weeks or a month or a few months, just wondering, when is it actually going to move out? When does it move out? So that has been the frequency that we have been transmitting, just going, when does this computer system get out? Like, when does this one move out? So it's all beautiful if you're able to expand and to be able to see it. So it's the most beautiful frequency. I've seen rainbows, but this one is just, I mean, who would not want to move out of this dimension when you see crystalline golden diamond light, and it looks like crystal plasma particles of photonic light, white platinum diamond and gold platinum diamond all around your body and your house and everything else. Okay, so if you guys do want this, it's really simple. You do know that we are universal ascension vehicle programmers that obviously came fully in to assist you guys in learning how to program your ascension vehicle, the light and the light body, and your starship about around your body that you're not able to see yet, and some of you guys can see them. Some of you can see it. I think we're way past the Merkaba, but it's always beautiful to go back to that system if you want. So we're way past the Merkaba, but we'll call it the Ascension vehicle, the super quantum computer system. So as universal programmers, it's really simple that you can program your vehicle to go to the 12th dimension. All you have to do is activate and install it and run it, and that's it. So it's very simple. If you want to see the crystalline star particle plasmas, you just program it. And that's it. You can just, at this point, we're moving so fast in the multiverses, you can program it right now and just program the 12th dimensional grid system to come fully online, and boom, it will. And when it does, email us when you start to see the beauty and the magic. But you're going to have to be you're going to have to release attachments and understand quantum existence. Quantum existence is 0 point existence, meaning nothing is tangible. There's no attachments, there's no cords, and no expectations here at all. none whatsoever. We do not give our power away either. You don't give your power away. No, you don't allow people to take energy from you, and there's a whole list, but it'll show you. Your ascension vehicle will show you very quickly. The only thing is that like I said, when you go all the way up to the universal soul, you'll have to talk to them about all your triggers the whole time. But you can get there, and we always say it's fine, it's beautiful, but you could possibly be triggered. And the triggers it's just to open up the light field. Um, and everyone has to go through, it's not really triggers, it's activations. So everyone has to move it out of the physical body, and then eventually there's a nice flow point. As you just reach higher states of consciousness and maintain there. And some people really will go off grid. So the ones that really maintain there go fully off grid. They'll live in the mountains, or they will live with nothing, no home, nothing. It's not homeless, because that doesn't exist in the higher realms. Gaia has everything to offer. That is in richness. It really is the programming of materialism. Okay, so I've met beautiful people that don't wear shoes, and they are so interconnected to the multiverse and also Gaia as well. I've met beautiful people that live in trees, and they're perfectly happy. So Gaia has all the wonders for them. They're not homeless at all. That's their manifestation. They're the ones that manifested to live off grid, to live in the tree. So it's like, where you feel like, oh, this person is lack, this person can teach you a lot. And that was actually one of my highest soul agreements. Absolutely radiant, beautiful man that I met, and soul brother, 100% Jedi soul brother. And I love him. He taught me so much about non-materialism. I thought it was so beautiful to experience it. And it's only our mentalities of the old earth, where you feel like that person is lack, or you feel like victim energy and there's nothing there. That person is solid. That person is solid with source, solid with God consciousness, solid light pillar, solid light pillar. So actually, it's a really beautiful experience. Okay, so shifting through all of these intense energies, see how you can just pull away. And like I said, move the body and connect to Gaia and open up all of your beautiful portals. Self-care is huge right now. Open up new doorways. See if there's a new mentor, there's a new guide. I opened up a new doorway with a beautiful woman named Jennifer. And she was absolutely the community that I definitely want to go into. And I opened up that door, I took that quantum leap, and I said, she definitely is it, 100%, because I have too many masculine gods that are always in my field, and high commanders, and also military high commanders, and that's going to be galactic, not government. So, and they're all men. So I said, I really do need something different. It was like a breath of fresh air, welcoming a beautiful welcoming into her community. So she's absolutely amazing light, and all of her community is too, because they actually work in community. So it's a different frequency. And I said, okay, so this is definitely a new door. And I feel like I'm going to resonate with these frequencies. And she's absolutely beautiful. Oh my God, I don't want to say it wrong, but I think it's a priestessoflight.com. She's amazing. I do have some of her stuff posted here. So I was like, new light, and that's right. So, she's beautiful. New light. Yep. New light. So I went in there because I told all the gods and all of my higher selves that are masculine, I said, okay, guys, we're going into this community because we need something softer, to kind of start balancing some stuff out. Which is like, I thought it was hilarious. As we had our whole commander Jedi training today, and we have Galactic Jedi training that we're doing. And I said, all right, boys, we're all going, because they all are, men, more higher ground crew. I said, this is where we're going. So I said, I'm going to sit here and kind of transition. You might need that. If you feel like you have higher selves, different galactic crew that is all masculine, and you can feel that it's not really an imbalance at all, but you want to kind of start balancing out those energies right now too. So working with divine feminine, the crisis Sophia, and that's why I always heard the frequencies, the Sophia Ra, which is the universal male and female, kind of merging those unions into one. And so I thought that was amazing, and just sharing through experience, always open new doors. The one thing that keeps coming through, I know I'm going to say just a few more things with Akhenaten, is sovereignty. So 2023 is really remembering our sovereignty, but from a place of pure consciousness, pure love consciousness. Really pay attention to the transmission that's coming out of your body. So if we have to master this, and we have to master pure love consciousness, pure honor, pure integrity, pure light, actually, and that's all of the above. Pure respect, okay? And if we have to be in 200% in every single one of them with all these masters for the past 8 years, and those are the ones that we communicate with, then we would expect it in the receptacle, if that makes, or the receptacle energy, or reciprocal energies. So the ebb and flow, which is the infinity grid. And that's where Akhenaten came in, and he said, sovereignty, 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 wisdom, 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 and knowledge. He's like, we are going to show you a few things. So the next thing was the higher version of me that is the ascended master. And that one says, I'm going to show you the highest lesson that you will never forget. And I said, okay. And that is to value yourself. And I was like, oh, when I hear this one, because that is me, but that is the higher version of me and the 12D. That's the 12th dimensional me that came in yesterday and was very loud and said it. And I'm going to teach you the highest lesson that you'll never forget. And that is going to be your value, your respect for yourself. And I said, okay. So that was when I hear that one, which is me, and it's a higher version of me, that's like, you should know. Okay, like, so there's a part of you, which is that inner child, that will be like, oh, what is it? Mastering them quickly. So I think it's really beautiful. That was a good one. So when we were connecting, I saw a feather, light as a feather. As Ra always says to me, you're light as a feather. And Anubis, yes, you are light as a feather. Always is like 6 years saying this to me. You're too light, exactly. And so too light, meaning that Anubis was like, we're gonna have to switch to this side for a minute to kind of merge everything together. Way too light. So it's hilarious when you think about it. So light as a feather. I saw a beautiful white feather, and that's where Akhenaten said, so 2023 is going to be about wisdom, and the inner wisdom and the inner knowledge too. And also sovereignty and pure consciousness. So Christ consciousness is pure consciousness. But like I always tell everyone, just sit back and always say, well, I wouldn't know what that is, because this is the matrix that I was born into. So can you teach me again? And that is the true inner master. The master is talking to itself, and the master knows how to talk to itself. You're talking to your body, you're talking to your soul, you're talking to your higher self, you're talking to your ascension bodies. your ascension inner temples with inside of you. You're talking to supreme consciousness. That's where everybody talks all the time, is supreme consciousness or Christ Sophia consciousness. And it really, that's all the same frequency, which is the multidimensional grid system of creator and prime creator, supreme consciousness. So you want to keep asking and just saying, well, if this is what I was born into, can you help me remember? Like I want to be able to remember again. And that means that you have definitely shifted your ego from the Atlantis grid system. It's a grid work that we're working on dissolving, and continuously saying it if you want to every day. That way the universe itself, like I said, when you go out and you start to follow the signs of the universe and synchronicities is going to teach you your inner wisdom and your inner knowledge. And that's what all of you guys are going to be developing for this year. And it's going to be beautiful. Okay, a few things I want to share. I had beautiful gifts come in from a soul sister. A beautiful, beautiful soul sister. Sorry. So, beautiful Karen, and I'm going to say, well, beautiful Karen and our commander Ken, who has ascended, our beautiful divine twin ray partners, gifted us the most beautiful collection from Arkansas of all of these beautiful crystals. And it was the most beautiful gift. And then I also had our soul sister Jennifer send me the most beautiful gift today, which was holly, branches of holly and hawthorn and oak. And they're just branches, and I'm so excited just to sleep with them in my vortex. So that definitely was a beautiful expansion in the heart, because it was something so is beyond words of resonance, that it feels like a part of me became complete today just by receiving, opening up the heart to receiving. So I am going to open up a passageway today. Yes, and it's 111. Thank you, Matt, for being here. Thank you for being on. I would like to introduce this beautiful crystal that came from, I believe, Ken's set that he dug up, and that is Karen's beautiful divine twin ray that ascended out of the body, and we call him High Commander Ken. Now this is from Arkansas, and it is an actual master crystal of Atlantis, and it has programming stations in it, and it's absolutely beautiful. And it has different programs and records transmitting from it. It's really beautiful. I absolutely love these crystals. We're going to do an activation with this beautiful crystal that was gifted. And I have many of them, but this is the one that said yes, that it was ready for us to work with it as a family of light and community. So I would like to just thank our beautiful sister that I know is sleeping right now. So I know she's sleeping. She's old. She's older, but very young. So I can tell she's sleeping. We're going to connect to beautiful frequencies, and I'm going to bring in the transmissions of the Sophia Raw consciousness, the Christ consciousness frequencies. So I'm going to call in our divine Sun God Ra is going to come into the divine space, and that is my higher self. And also Akhenaten and Nefertiti is going to be the embodiment of the twin rays. Hermes and Aphrodite and Yeshua and Mary Magdalene is going to come into this beautiful space. Osiris and Isis are going to open up a passageway into the heart centers to activate the Christ of Light technology that is transmitting. Now, I've seen this frequency for about 4 years now, and it's the most beautiful frequency that's emanating above my crown, and it's the crisis star. So some of you might know what the crisis star avatar system is, and it's penetrations of the crisis star frequency of light. and it just will pour over me. And it's a very high intelligent frequency. And I saw it coming in again today, but it's a white platinum light, and I'm going to share it with you through transmission. When I first started to see this frequency, it was a beautiful amethyst purple frequency, and now it is obviously a higher frequency. I call it a Christed diamond star system, and also the Emerald Sun star system from the 19th dimension transmission, which is the Christed star light technology transmission that I have sat, and I have with the world of God and the universal grid right above my head. And I have sat for a very long time, for 2 years, upgrading with this system to bring in transmissions here on the planet as my highest contracts, as I guess you would call a starseed or an indigo race type 1. So I had a lot of work to do for almost a year, and I'm going to just share these transmissions with you guys today. And I hope you guys enjoy it as we bring it in. We're going to also call in the green Terra and Kali as well, and Goddess Sekhmet into our heart centers. Now, Goddess Sekhmet and her father, which is the sun god Ra, are going to be the actual sacred unions of the Christ consciousness full embodiment systems of the Emerald Sun Ray. It's going to be in this transmission to transmit the Sophia Raw consciousness templates into your heart centers. So we can bring in the frequencies of the divine feminine, repair and restore in the new templates of unconditional love and pure love consciousness into the heart grid. I'd like for you just to breathe in and to connect into your heart. And I'm going to transmit, obviously you can tell I'm already channeling. It's a great channeler. So thank you, Karen and Kevin. Or I'm sorry, Karen and Kevin, Karen and Ken. Oh man, Ken's gonna get mad at me for that one. I can feel his energy here. I don't know who Kevin is. Okay. We're going to connect, and I'm going to transmit from this beautiful crystal, and I'll bring the rest in as they say that it is aligned. I'm also going to be connecting to Oscar, who is our albino ball python, is going to be bringing in transmissions with Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, and he's here working with us and decided to take a contract too, and he transmits pink codes, pink beautiful frequency codes, and yes, it is a real snake. I'll show you him later on. So I'd like for you just to breathe in and to breathe out and to connect into your heart chakra. He's actually bringing in Kundalini currents, which is rainbow frequencies through his body, which is just it's quite hilarious. And yes, they do have soul agreements on planet 2 as well. So I'd like for you just to connect into your heart, and we're going to connect to the key Rasha currents and start activating. I'm going to transmit this light, and I would like for you just to visualize a diamond star, a solar diamond liquid light in your heart chakra, and opening up into a vortex, and just visualize the higher heart and the heart chakra in unison in one. Just visualize it as a one diamond heart grid, a deep connection into the body, a solar sun system of a diamond frequency. Now, I'd like for you just to visualize Christed light consciousness, rays of Christed solar raw diamond light transmitting from your higher chakra, the 19th chakra system, and that will be above your crown center. And see the rays of the solar liquid frequencies of the diamond ray of the Christ consciousness, Sophia raw frequencies, and just transmit that liquid light into your crown chakra and activating the king and queen frequency transmission. I'd like for you just to visualize that liquid light and Christed starlight coming into your throat chakra and into your heart grid, filling up your solar plexus and filling up the sacral activating the new sun star light technology of the new sun star avatar soul blueprint system. And this is the Christed intelligence of the rays of Ra. Sentino Shafushanti Aksanakati, Santarufu Sentino Shafushnaka Santa, Santido Shakati Nakishakati, and just emanate it into your feet and connect it and open up the grids into the star chakras, into your grid systems. I'd like for you just to visualize connecting all the way into the earth grid and connect into your crystalline platform disc below your feet, your pod, and visualize that light just emanating outwards. We're going to connect to the pink frequency and the pink frequency codes of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene. We're going to bring in the frequencies of the mother energy and the divine mother energy. This will be the mother line, the grandmother line, and the great grandmother line, and the daughter's lines, and queenship. Shanti, Gishanaka Santa, Gosanti, Vishofuishnakata, the Gasantina Ki Shokuna, Santanakati, Nishanakata. Nesanti, Gishantinaka Santina Kasana, or Shantino Shoposhnaka Santina Shopushanti, Gisantu Nakanada Pauka Santi, Vishofuishnaposhnaka Santa, the Refu Kakati Aksanakati, Shantinaki. We're going to start activating the crystal of our sacred divine twin ray union, our beautiful union here on the planet, which is Karen and Kin. We're going to activate their transmission of their light grid through these beautiful crystals, the master crystals in Arkansas that are connected to the Atlantis grid. These crystals hold program channels from Atlantis, and this is 3 million years ago, a civilization that is deeply connected here in the United States and all around the planet too as well. These transmissions were placed because of the density of the planet was going to lower. They are programmed for the Ascension stellar activation, the new shift of the aeons in the multiverse. And that was 3 million years ago. We also have transmissions that were programmed here, also from the future too, of the new Atlantis, new Lemuria, the new Nova Terra, Galactic Golden Earth system too as well. And this is going to be more off planet and a deeper connection and a reconnection to different galaxy systems, not just the Andromedan galaxy. Gasanti, Gushantino Shanakata, Gasanti, Gusanti Nakata, Gushantino Shafushanti, Gusantidu Gusanakati, Santido Shafushnaka, Santido Shafushnokuya Kanak Santa, Gusantidu Shafushnati. We're going to activate these frequencies into your heart and to connect to the rays of light and to remember that you are portals of light and golden diamond races, and to remember to awaken your higher heart consciousness, and that you are pure love consciousness no matter what the system tells you of the old system and the ego, which is not an ego, that is never just you anyways. We want to just remove that out and to remember your light and your light fields. Gasanti, Gursantino Shafushnaka Santi, Gasantina Kita, Shanturu Shafushno Santi, Gishantino Shafushnakanan, the Pokwa Santina Ki Shafushnaka Santi, Gishantino Santina Ko Shakanan, the Pokwa Santi, Gursantino Kishaw Kushanakan, the Pokwa Santi, Gushanturu Shafushno Sanakatan, the Foka Santi, Gishanakanan, the Foshanti, Nakanan, the Pokwa Santi, Gishantina Kushnako Nokana, the Pokwa Santina Kiakata. We're going to open up into the heart centers and to connect into the diamond grid heart centers. We're going to have our sacred king and queen, Christ consciousness, divine sacred union to come into our heart centers. Isis and Osiris, Yeshua, and Mary Magdalene. Nisanti, Gashanti, Hermes, and Aphrodite, Cathar and Ra, and also goddess Sekhmet and Ra together as one in a divine holy union. Nishantino Kushantina Kushanaka Santina Q, Gushinchidesha Pushnakasanakatakati, Akanakan and Nefertiti are going to be our king and queen, divine sacred union. Gushinchidesha Pushnakasantinakasanti. We're going to fill up the body with light and pure frequencies of the Christ Sophia frequencies of the pink rays and the white diamond rays and the silver diamond light technology. Christ the star systems. We're going to be activating this grid system and activating the transmissions from the sacred keys within this port. We're going to be activating the master of time and space, which is the crystal light technology. Gishintino Shafushnakan the Refuka Santino Shafushnaка Santi, Gasanakana the Refuka Santika Santi, Gasanturufushanta, Gishantinaki, Gishnakuna Kanandrefaka Santi, Gishantidu Shafushnaku Sanakanaka Santi. We're going to do a deep cellular repair, transmission of the Divine Mother in the Divine Feminine frequency. This is going to connect into our brother's heart, and that's going to be Robert and his family too as well. That is experiencing the frequencies of loss. And we're going to celebrate the ascension of his mother. We're going to celebrate and activate father code frequencies for kin. And that's our sacred brother too, that we're going to connect to, that also has ascended. And our sacred divine sister, Karen, that is experiencing the frequencies that are clearing of loss. Gesantidu Shafushno Kusanti, Geshantidu Shafushno Kuyanakata, Gesanti, Geshantidu Shafushno Kunakata, Gesantidu Fushintidu Kesanti. We're also going to bring in the pink ray and the pink diamond ray for all of our divine family and our sacred divine unions that have ascended out of the body. And that's our brothers and sisters this year that have ascended out of the body. And also send the pink ray and silver ray to the ones that are experiencing the lost frequency. We want to open up their heart grids and to expand, to remember to celebrate and to celebrate their life and to celebrate your life. Santino Shofushanti, Gishantina Kananda Papa Santino Kishakati, Gishantino Krishna Kananda Poka Santinaki, Shantino Krishna Kananda Fo, Santina Kasantina Kishakata, Shantino Shofushno Kuinakati, Gishanakata, Santino Fushnaka Santina Kia Sanakati, Shantino Kushna Kananda Panakatina Kasantino Shanti, Santina Kisha Fushno Puna Kananda Paka Santa, Santino Fushantu Shakati. We're going to be activating the codes of the raw code transmission of the solar raw frequencies to fill the heart up with pure bliss and magic and high alchemy in wisdom and knowledge. We're going to be activating the frequency and the Divine Mother of Goddess Sekhmet codes of pure wisdom and sovereignty, and divine power, pure love existence, and co-creation of fertility, and activate these sacred transmissions. This will be a divine sacred union of Goddess Sekhmet and Ra, the sun god, to become one in oneness, to become one with the stars, the cradle of Lyra and the Orion frequency, to become one. Santina Kasantina Santino Krishanti, Grishantido Kristanakanandra Poyakata, Santina Shantina Kyusha Fushnaka Santi, Gishnakata. We're going to activate this sacred holy marriage within inside of our bodies today. that this is a divine sacred union and a full embodiment of Ra, the sun god, the Orion energies, and also Goddess Sekhmet, the cradle of Lyra, becoming one today. Deshanti nakata, santira po shantinaki shanaka santina kata. Gishantinaki shaka santina kanandrika santi, shantina kush nakanandra foko santi, ashiki kata. Nishantidu shafusha nakata, shantidu kushinaku santina kata. The full embodiment of the oneness of the universe and the law of one. Nesantina shantinaka santa, Gishantira poshnaka santi, Gishantiru shafuishnaka santi nakata, Gishantire shafuishnaka santi, Gishantire kasanako nadra foko santire kisanti, Gishanta shanakada po santire kati, Desantiro shantinaki shafushakana kasantire kata, Asanta nagasanti. I'd like for you just to visualize the golden liquid light, Christ consciousness, solar frequency, and just visualize your heart becoming one with your thymus chakra and your Christ star in the middle of your chest. Crystal diamond light and frequency of light, and activating those twin flame codes within your body, fully merging into the holy union, and to bring all of the divine forces of liquid plasma light into oneness and 0 point. And just breathe in and breathe out, and just visualize your heart as a full solar galactic source transmitter, creator, prime creator, transmitter of pure love. Visualize the diamond activating and filling up your body with liquid plasma light, filling up your throat chakra with the solar liquid plasma of the sun, your crown chakra, connecting to your grid, your diamond crystalline grid within your body, opening up the passageways to your feet, and transmitting and anchoring into the universal core, the deep space, and emanate your light outwards and drop into your heart center. See your heart as a diamond vortex. We're going to open up the Golden Diamond Age gate systems and the grid work of the new Atlantis, the pure Atlantis, crystalline liquid gold frequencies. Bringing into the full embodiment of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene frequencies, connecting into the heart, activating the Ki Rasha currents throughout your body, the new currents of the metallic yellow, metallic turquoise, and the metallic pink, activating the transmission of the universe and the world of God, a photonic crisis star light systems to bring in the new grid work together as a sacred community and a family of light and radiant light, activating the Christ consciousness divine phenomenon of repair and to restore the grid of pure wisdom and knowledge, remembering and to remember our angelic human code, to remember our Christ consciousness DNA, to remember the embodiment of supreme consciousness as creators. Nesantino Shantino Shanaka Santi, Neshantino Foshanaka Santi Loki Shokuna, Santina Shantino Kushnakana Bidafoka Santi, Santino Shantino Kushnakana, Santinakana, Santino Shafushnako Santinaki Sanakata, Santira Foshantinakio Shanakana Bidafoka Santinaki, Santinaki Shakushnakana Bidafoko Santinaki and Akono Bidafaka Santinaka Santa, Shantino Shafushno Quinakana Bidafoko Santi. Connecting into the heart center and connecting into the rays of light. And activate your wings and your phoenix wings and to rise into the next dimension. rise to your highest timeline. Rise to pure frequencies of love and blissful states of consciousness and joy. And nothing matters except for your inner joy. Feel the joy in your heart. Feel the blissful states of consciousness. Feel the heart opening. And just breathe. Breathe in the light. Breathe in the frequencies of the frequency of Ra. And just breathe as the light is Ra. Ra is the sun. Yasantina Shantina Kasana Shanti, and Goddess Shekmet is the stars. Yishintidu Shantu Shanti, the universe and the galaxies, and merge everything into one, and to activate the galactic sun codes of Gaia. And visualize Gaia, multiverse below your feet center. Gesantino Shanfu Shanti, Gishanakata. Gesantiro Shanti, Gusantan the Shanti, Gishantinu Shaka Santa, Gishantiro Pera, Gishantan, Gishantino Shanti, Gisantino Shanaka Santi. Connect to the raw frequencies. We're going to ask the Christ of Sophia come into our heart centers. And the Sophia to come into our hearts and to penetrate light of diamond light into our heart grid. And to bring that energy fully in for a deep integration as we rise to our highest timelines. Vishintido Shafushanaka Santi, Ushnakata, Visintida Santina Kushna Kusanta, Derifo Kasantina Kushantina Kushnakana Derifo Santina Kia Kashanakata, Gishantinu Shafushnaka Santi, Gishantinakata, Gasantiru Fushanti, Gishantino Kushnakana, Gasantinakana Derifo Kasanta, Gishantino Shanti. Desantiro Fushanakana, Derifo Santino Shafushnakata. We're going to open up our third eye diamond chakra for higher awareness, supreme consciousness, and just visualize Christed light consciousness of solar Christed light diamond rays, opening up the vortexes of your third eye, expanding to your higher self and merging this frequency into your heart. Nishantino Shanti. Gasantiro Shantino Shantino Kushnakata. Gasantiro Santino Shafushnakasanti. Activating the universal Godhead centers. Gesantino Shafushnakata, Nirifokasanti, Asanakata, Gesanti, Gesanta Kusanti, Geshanakata. I hope you guys enjoyed our transmission, connecting to the God self and bringing the God self fully in, and connecting to the universal mother and the universal father frequencies and bringing that into your heart. Maintain the blissful states of consciousness and to call joy into your body and to connect to the frequencies of joy and a beautiful experience of Christed light. I hope you guys have a beautiful evening, and we will come in as transmissions are integrated through templates. So I hope you guys have